Welcome
Hey,
to another episode of the HomeBrew Show.
HomeBrew Show.
It's an Our World, Our Rules podcast. We both said that.
Yeah.
But we could have just continuously said it together.
That would have been weird.
Unnecessarily
syncing. That's what we do. We're on the same network.
Yep. It's an Our World, Our Rules podcast. I'm Nate.
And I'm Ben.
And on today's episode,
talking about role-playing.
Actual, like, role-playing your characters, not
just role-playing in general? Oh.
No.
Well,
we're going to keep it PG.
Wrongly for
Yeah, great call, guys. I don't think we need to do anything more than just what YouTube will allow us to do. I think keeping it PG was probably a pretty good idea. Anyway, my name's Ziggy. I know I've introduced myself a lot. I just wanted to come on and say hi, and that I really like bacon.
Yeah, keep it PG role-playing.
We're going to try.
Or PG-13 role-playing. Depends on how you want to play it.
Exactly. Well, I'd say for us, because we've been... Wow, this is going to sound really weird. We've been role-playing together for a while, so...
Newsflash, we have the brain function of a 13-year-old boy between the two of us, so this is going to get silly. We're going to say role-play way too much and take it way out of context ourselves. Not you, us.
We are the problem. We acknowledge that, and we apologize. But we can't change, so it's too late. We crossed that bridge and burnt it.
It's just going to happen. So just know that it's going to happen, and we apologize up front for it.
Yes. I think the first thing we should talk about in role-playing is playing to your table.
Yeah.
And role-playing to your table at this point. You want to make sure that you're courteous to your youngest, or even, I don't even say youngest is one, but
I would say maybe your most uncomfortable person at the table.
For sure. Like that's your threshold.
Yeah. Comfortability is the biggest thing with role playing.
Yes.
I think, in a game.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Without it, some people can make it awkward, right? And some people just feel awkward doing it.
No.
And so, I think keeping in mind at who's playing at your table, what they're good with, what they're okay with.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing. And then not pressuring them to do stuff that's outside of their out of their comfort zone.
Right.
And this isn't even anything that's like morals. This is literally just, I find it weird. I don't. But some people find it weird talking in a character's voice.
Right.
Like, and portraying this character that they're making up. Especially the older we get, I feel like it's harder because...
See, and I think the opposite. I think the older I get, the less I give a crap about it.
I didn't mean for us because I don't think...
I get more into it the older I get.
We, like you said, we didn't regress past 13. So, so it's just always been easy for us. But there's some people that find, and this has been expressed to me, like, I don't like playing it because I feel... like I'm a little kid,
right?
Or they feel less than intelligent or whatever, or less serious. And it's like, well, that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I don't want a player at the table. Well, I do want players at my table. I want a player
at least one.
Yeah, that would help a lot. I don't want to make players at the table feel uncomfortable or outed or jaded, those kind of, I want them to be comfortable and having fun.
Right. Exactly.
So I think in that with role playing, it's literally, you have to state it up front. If you're going to talk in your character's voice, great. If you're not, just narrate what your character's thinking and doing.
I always compare it to, taking it back to like video game. It's first person versus third person. Like,
yes.
Like if you want to do it in a first-person way where you embody your character and all that, that's great. If you want to play it like you're reading a story or you're narrating your character from the outside, that's fine too. It's just wherever your comfort level is, play to that strength. And you can have a mix at a table.
Yeah.
You can play with one person that's, like us, that likes to do silly voices or whatever, and wants to get into their character, that's great. And if you have another person that is less comfortable, those play styles can play together.
Very much.
It's just
hell. I've even done that at playing one character. I have bounced back and forth between the narrative and the first person in the same session.
Right.
And it kind of just it depends on how it's going to fit your character. It's like, so like when I play Finji, he's a 3 foot tall, 40-pound gnome artificer rogue guy.
Right.
But he's very like naive, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
And
definitely naive.
He's super naive.
Yeah.
He just thinks everything's good in the world.
Right.
Or he did when we first started.
Yeah.
He's starting to turn around. But in this character, there's times where it would be weird if like I wonder to myself and like have like this inner monologue.
Right.
And it feels it's like, and because there's like 6 other players there, and it's like, so Finji's going through his mind right now, and I'm kind of narrating what my character is processing. Or like feeling, or and the whys and all this stuff. And then it's more interactive and immersive, and that's even if their players don't know, or their characters don't know what's going on, the players themselves know, and then they're part of it, and then they can kind of get a read on how they should interact with that. So I think that there's always a place for all types of role playing,
right? And
then there's some people that don't want anything to do with it, and that's fine. That's more than fine.
And coming from a DM or a GM, you can always facilitate your own stuff to make sure that even if those players aren't embodying that character, like but you can role play enough on your end to make them still feel like they're involved, both the player and the character they're playing. And you've played games with me as the GM, and I like to get into the more role play aspects of it. I have a bunch of tools and stuff I like to use at the table physically, like the disappearing ink notes and stuff like that. And then I've even gone as far as to like pre-record stuff to play at the table, like in character, in voices and stuff, just to like almost like recorded messages sent out to people and stuff like that. So it's just that kind of stuff. Even if your player isn't one that wants to be like that involved, they literally just want to come and play a game.
Right.
It's still stuff that can suck them into the story.
Oh, for sure.
On that end.
Yeah, I feel like as a dungeon master or a game master, whenever you're setting up the table, if you have certain players that are not in role-playing mode, like they don't have the mindset, they don't have the bandwidth, or they just don't like it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. Like as the game master, you should be able to facilitate the game in such a way that they're immersed in it.
Right.
Like you can kind of take that on your own.
Yeah.
And I've DM'd and played enough that I've seen everybody has their own style of what does that look like, and having puzzles that they physically have on the table to, the disappearing ink notes and stuff like that, or like you have to use elements and work together. Like it's like physical stuff that you're actually doing at the table.
Right.
And that's just another element to make it more immersive.
Exactly. And that's exactly how I feel.
Yeah. I think I love those. I love creating that stuff.
Yeah.
And then as a player, I like having those things too.
Right.
But then you also have like there's a fine line in overdoing that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because like you said, some players they're coming to play. It's an escape. Yeah. They want to have a story. They're wanting to roll some dice,
right,
and feel awesome about what their character can do.
Yeah.
And then sometimes there's a lot of stuff thrown at you as a player, and you're like, this is my day off, and I don't want to have to do work today.
Right.
So there's a fine way to navigate that, always giving your players outs and stuff in the role playing session, and in any type of puzzles to interactions, anything at the table.
Right.
You want to make sure that there's a fine balance, that everybody's still having fun, and that it's a safe space.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, I think as a game master, that's the biggest thing is making sure that
having courtesy for everybody at the table. To understand what everybody's trying to get out of it, and trying to make sure that everybody is included and gets what they want out of the session, basically. Which is not always easy.
Oh no.
From a game master's perspective, there's been plenty of times where I felt like I'll have 4 people at my table, and 3 of them will leave satisfied with the session, and one's like butthurt about how it went down or whatever.
And I think that's it's hard. That's hard to navigate.
It is. It is.
It really is. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like this topic of role playing it's literally it's a little bit more than just role playing. It's you're playing to your table for one, but it's the courtesy and the environment that is set at the table.
Yeah.
And you can't control all circumstances. You can't control what's going on in everybody's life.
Exactly. Yeah.
So when they come here, like, how do you make that fun and entertaining and engaging? Right. And if someone's going to be a stick in the mud that session, then there's a way to, you can try to navigate it to your best ability, but I don't think that there's not you can't navigate all stuff to be successful. Right. But there is a way. And usually, like everybody at such tables, they're friends, you know, like friends and family. Right. And when you're sitting there playing with friends and family and there's someone who's just had a rough day, or a rough week. Yeah. How do you snap out of it and play a game and have fun? Yeah. And that might even be changing things up completely. Yeah. And what does that look like? Yeah. So, I think that's probably the biggest thing is when it comes to role playing or any type of engagement at your table, read your table. Right. Read the room. Read the room. And if they're not picking up what that's just good advice for like any social interaction. It really is. Just, read the room. Read the room. If they're not picking up what you're putting down, then you need to pick that back up, and then probably go home for the day. Just start telling our bosses that at work. No. I'm not picking up what you're putting down. I'm going back home. I'm going home. I'm going to try this again tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I've told my boss that before. Nope. Today's not the day. Today, I am not ready to do this. Read the room, boss. Right. So, off the top of your head, just spontaneously, what would you say are some of your biggest role-playing do's and don'ts? Ooh, role-playing do's and don'ts. Definitely forcing someone to do something that they're not comfortable with. Again, this is just good life advice. I mean, when you're role playing, you definitely shouldn't force someone to do something they don't want to do. One of the biggest things that having a session 0. Yeah. And what this means, session 0 is the first session before you even start a campaign or one shot or anything, any type of game that you're going to play. The first thing you do, session 0, is you're setting up the parameters of the world that you're wanting to play in, that everybody's like, this is what I want to contribute, this is what I want to play, this kind of character I would like to play. Right. This is what I'm comfortable with doing. There's certain topics that I don't want to have in my game. Yeah. These are very important to set these up right off the bat. You need to set up role-playing safe words. Yes, role-playing safe words. I am not, my character is not comfortable with this. I'm going to uninvite myself from this situation. Cabbage salad. Cabbage salad. I'm out, man. Yeah, I don't like what's going on. This dude's being weird. Yep. And that could be from anything. There's a lot of topics that's out there. That's not just, I mean, if you're playing with kids in your room, instantly you already have that safeguard of like, I can't go to these. I'm not going to go to these certain topics. Right. How real and dark do you want this to be? Exactly. And there's triggers out there for people that, life experiences. Yeah. It's like, I don't want to talk about children dying, and then it gets even darker. Right. Well, I don't know. Maybe children dying is pretty dark. Pretty fucking dark. Pretty dark. For me, I have a hard time with that one. That's one of my, I'm not good with that. Right. But there's a time and a place for that. That sounds dark as fuck. Children dying. Yeah. There's a time and a place for it. There's a time and place for that, and we should respect it. Okay. What do you mean this is getting cut? This is not getting cut. Yeah. This is staying in. This is awesome. So with children dying is a very dark, but it's a real thing. So if you're playing a campaign that is a very realistic consequences that are coming out, or you're saying this antagonist is pushing the boundaries of moral stuff, like you're going to have that in there. Make sure your characters or your players are okay with that. Right. But there's so many things that you might not find offensive that someone else is like, I am not comfortable with that. So I think that goes above and beyond just role playing of it.
Yeah.
It's just session 0 kind of sets the stage for what are you good with, what are you not good with.
So I'm just sitting here thinking in my head, this is all going to be silent. We're going to have this conversation on screen.
Yeah.
There's just going to be music playing over the top of it with words on the screen saying they're talking about something that YouTube will do not Because I'm sitting here in my mind, I'm going, no, nope, YouTube's not going to let that fly.
Yeah, no, that's good. And they're laughing about it too. No, you're absolutely right.
It's a great conversation that they're never going to.
They can't. Yeah,
they'll hear somewhere.
Yeah,
maybe on Patreon.
There we go.
We'll post the
like, what do you think of children's death? Because I feel like there's a time and a place for that. Hear me out.
Hear me out.
Assholes. Well, most of them are fucking assholes.
No, I do agree with you. There are, and that's why I feel like that session 0 is very important, so that you kind of know going forward in the campaign or in the sessions, you know, where you can lead the story,
right?
And what things are going to fly, what things aren't going to fly, what people are comfortable with. That to me is a great kind of a position to get into.
Yeah,
when you're role playing, and that sounded really dirty.
Yeah, it's a great position if there's 5 to 6
5 to 6 people.
Yeah, then
when you're role playing with 5 or 6 people, you want to be in the right position.
Yeah, right. Don't be in the wrong position. Don't be that guy.
Don't.
Yeah, that'll backfire real quick.
One of my biggest, I would say, probably one of my biggest dues for role playing is, regardless of where your comfort level is,
mm-hmm.
as far as, and it doesn't really matter if you know how you want to play. The most important thing is to be open to the collaboration process. Be very open. Be yes and kind of, you know, we always go back to that improv thing of be a yes and kind of person.
Yep.
Where regardless of your play style, form it to where you can still participate and still be a part of the collaboration process and the storytelling process.
For sure. I think the yes and is a huge tool that and it's not just even in role playing. This is in gameplay the whole way around.
Right.
And as a DM, you kind of get to regulate. You get to regulate a lot.
Yeah.
And if someone, going back real quick on the role playing thing, if someone's going off the rails to a dark area,
it's your job to reel it back.
Right. In. You should be the first one to speak up. But even if someone else catches it and be like, I'm not comfortable with that, everybody's kind of looking to the game master, the dungeon master, as the authority in the session. You got to back that up. Yeah. If someone's not comfortable with something and someone else is going down that road, and they call them out and say, I'm not comfortable with that, you back them up.
Right.
And just say, hey, that's fine. This is, we want this to be fun and
I
friendly.
I don't like the backing. I would attribute it more to, like, instead of backing up, is you've got to find a way to lead that story back onto the rail.
Right, basically. Right. You're going to redirect and guide it. Yeah.
It's more of a redirection and not a back it up. I don't,
I meant back up the player.
Yeah.
Like
I got you now.
Yeah, reinforce them.
Not actually back up.
Not back up. Be like, well, that didn't happen.
No, we're going to rewind.
Yeah. No, I meant more of like, back up your players.
Gotcha.
You got their back, and you're saying, if they're not comfortable with this, we're not doing that. So what's our alternatives on that? Right. So, but I don't like to retract on any type of but as far as, there was something else we were talking about, and I can't remember. It was outside of role playing. Oh, yes and. So the yes and is a powerful one in all facets of gameplay, because you're allowing your players to try anything that they want to try, and then you're letting the dice decide if that works or doesn't. Now, as a DM, and especially in 5th edition, you have your DC, your difficulty class, where you get to set out and say, okay, you can try to jump 20 feet across this gap, but there's a very high DC, because this is very, very challenging. This is almost impossible. Right. So you're going to have to roll really, really, really well.
Extremely well.
And I think with that, with the yes and, giving them being clear about everything helps everybody.
Oh yeah,
on so many facets. But being clear, saying yes, you can try that. It's going to be impossible,
right?
Pretty close to impossible. There's a high DC. I'm even going to tell you what it is. The DC is 30. You got to jump across this gap.
You have to roll a natural 20 to
right.
Yeah.
And you better, unless you got a lot of modifiers, you might want to rethink this.
See, and I don't. That's one thing. I hate the one thing I don't like about the whole DC the difficulty class on things is when you do stuff like that. When you make it like something, there's no way you've got enough modifiers to reach a 34 roll. So it's essentially saying you have to roll a 20.
Mm-hmm.
Well, instead of why don't you just make it 20 and be like it has to be a
you have to roll a 20. Yeah,
that's
probably
artificially inflating the difficulty for no reason. Yeah. I feel like
I'll put your DC. Well, that matters whenever you get into assists,
right,
and help,
right,
and aid, and those kind of things. So there's mechanics that back up the I'm going to aid with this, and it gives you extra modifiers and all that stuff. Yeah. So I'm going to toss the dwarf across the chasm or whatever. There's a way that you can implement it, but that all goes back to mechanics.
Right, yeah.
If your players aren't mechanically driven and they don't want to be bogged down by mechanics, that's the best way to do it, is saying, hey, you can try this, but it's a natural 20. You have to get a natural 20. But being clear with whatever direction you're going with, you're speaking to your table, you're communicating.
That's the biggest thing to me, is be clear. Yeah. Regardless of how you do it.
Yeah. Be clear.
Very clear.
Your table needs to understand what's going on and why. And that's just going to help them with everything. And I think that's with, like I said, we've kind of branched out from just role playing to gaming in general.
Right.
But it really comes back to the role playing is you really want it to be something that everyone's comfortable with. Yeah. And from the topics to even just speaking in a voice. Like some people are like, it feels weird.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
And I'm like, I speak in all kinds of voices. Yeah. I don't even know what my normal voice is.
I do it all day long most days. So
I speak for cats and dogs, and
the fact that I haven't done it yet on this podcast,
right?
Insane.
I think we did. I think we have. Yeah.
We probably have.
We don't
cut
even
the
know.
clips of both of us doing voices for no reason now.
Yeah, but I think that's something that I grew up doing, and just natural, you know, like, and I think a lot of people do as a kid. They
definitely. Like that was a big thing. Playing, Ninja Turtles with my cousins outside, like where we were, not like with toys, but just us, like we were outside reenacting the first Ninja Turtles. We always go back to stuff like that, and doing voices as a kid. That's where it started. Was essentially role playing.
Oh yeah,
when you were a kid.
Well, that's all you do as a kid. Yeah, if you're playing with toys, you're role playing. I mean,
you're live action role playing.
Yeah.
It sounds bad. I don't like saying it. We were LARPers way back in the day.
Oh, fuck
before LARPing was a thing, we were out there LARPing.
Oh yeah, I was a complete dork. Well, I still am, but my favorite thing as a kid was I would pretend I would go play army out in the woods and stuff. And
we would too.
You dress up and you have your gear and stuff, and it was just something I would go out and play, or I was a dragon, like it.
Oh no, we used to play Ninja Battle all the time.
Oh yeah,
where we'd wait till it got dark out and we'd all dress in black and take t-shirts
awesome.
And wrap around our head like ninja masks and go out and do like ninja battles and hide in the trees and stuff.
I didn't have any friends, so I couldn't do that, but I just did it by myself.
I said, I know. You didn't have any friends.
That sounds cool, Nate. I wish I had friends, but I was
like, I just played army in my basement.
Yeah, it was just, I had a woods. I didn't even have a basement. It wasn't our woods.
Who were you?
I was just trespassing as a child.
I did plenty of that,
LARPing.
too. Yeah. Did plenty of that.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get away. Just trying to find a portal to a better world. I never found it, but here we are.
Yeah, you did. We're here.
Here it is.
It's right there.
It's right there.
This is real, by the way. Yeah, people are ever wondering.
Yeah, this is not legit.
Yeah,
a backdrop.
I know it looks like a green screen. I swear. The table's real. We're real.
I am a real person.
Yeah. I don't know why I went on that rant all of a sudden.
We were talking about it off screen. We were like, it looks fake.
Yeah, it does.
And it's not. It's really cool backdrop.
Very cool. We got it from, I don't know where.
It was katesbackdrop.com.
Okay. We'll put it on the...
Yeah.
katesbackdrop.com.
She keeps sending me... Well, I don't know if it's like her personally. She's like, Ben, you need to buy some more
for the backdrop, Ben.
You should get some more. Which I actually do. I want to get some
Several.
more. Yeah, I want to get a
Heck yeah.
Our World, Our Rules one, and then a Roll Your Adventure one.
Heck
Hey, we could get a homebrew one.
Yeah, get a homebrew one back there.
Yeah, so once we'll do that.
Eventually.
We'll get a cool backdrop. That's not that this isn't cool, but one for the podcast.
No. This podcast just turned into a Our World, Our Rules homebrew production meeting.
Yeah,
we're talking
first
about
thing we
set
need
dressing,
is banners and
set dressing while we're doing the podcast.
We should really get some shirts.
Shirts. I have a shirt. I lost it.
That
already.
Fast. Role playing.
Yep.
Don't do it.
That's definitely staying in.
Yeah, role play.
Role playing, huh?
Mm.
So yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything we wanted to talk about.
Yeah, and then some, I think.
Yeah.
So
yeah, bye.
Bye.
Great, just fantastic. Great way. Just say bye and cut away. That's a great episode ender. Real good. Anyway, thanks for watching, hanging out with us this week. Don't forget to like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We'll see you next week.